from the Crab Shack at fucking
Listen,
SpongeBob.
some of us have to do the behind the scenes work, and when our legs are getting chopped out, I'm not the talent on the road going to fancy dinners, hanging out with fancy people like you.
Oh.
I don't know world famous bands.
Oh.
I don't go to secret deep raves in the woods like you. I don't swim with the mermaids under moonlight.
Okay. And on that note, 97
Okay.
seconds, Bays Boys podcast.
This guy.
We're going back to you. This is Joe Skelly with my co-host Tyler.
He almost tried to take my job. Did you hear that?
I almost took your name.
Right.
I almost took your name.
Let's go with number one thing. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget that you have until we're extending the days because somebody asked for an extension. Listen, if one person does it, or asks for it, usually we do it. But if you come to me, like, it was weird because it's like, hey, can I turn this in this day? And I'm like, dude, I'm not your English teacher. You can do whatever you want. But he said, he goes, well, the other episode, I said, well, all right, you can have till the 29th, I guess.
What are you talking? What are you referencing?
The contest. If you want to wait till the last night to enter the contest to win prizes and stickers, you can do that.
Gift cards.
Right.
Trophies.
Don't tell them that stuff.
Oh.
We've been over this.
So you have until the 29th of this month.
Yes.
To submit for the Bays Boys story contest.
Yeah, don't forget it.
Once again, we're having another contest. And the subjects for the contest are
love
or anniversaries.
Anniversaries.
Right? Birthdays. Or
you can hit the trifecta.
What was the third one? There were three subjects.
We just said love, birthdays, and what was the other one?
Holidays was the third one.
It was supposed to be family holidays.
Family holidays.
It's supposed to be for the family holiday coming up.
Yeah.
Your worst family horror story could be your best one. Your uncle lit the house on fire while you were all inside of it.
Kind of like Family Vacation.
Right.
When the guys lit the Christmas tree on fire.
That's what I was thinking about.
All right. So tell us your worst anniversary or best anniversary, your worst or best holiday, and or a terrible love story.
We had a fan write us the other day, and her question was, actually, I don't remember what her question was. It was something. I've had a bit to drink. So she was like, blah, blah. What did she say? Blah, 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 something. I think she asked, what do I have to write about? Because all I want is the trophy, is basically how it was worded.
Oh, the trophy. You need to hit the trifecta.
Right. You got to hit the trifecta.
Not necessarily, but if you hit the trifecta, that puts you up there pretty close to the top.
Right.
Without even being read.
Right. So, moving on with that, though.
But it's impressive to me how popular these trophies have become.
Well, they're not easy to get.
No, they're not easy to get.
We have them imported from a special place. They're kind of handcrafted.
Yes.
Somebody's pushing buttons on machines that are melting these trophies together.
Yes.
All
right, so they have until the 29th of April to submit their stories for the contest.
Yeah.
And then the first weekend of May, you will find out who won.
Well, actually, no, we don't ever tell them who won. We just read the stories.
We just read the stories that won.
We don't tell them who won.
We will read the winning stories on the first weekend of May.
Some of the right. So we got to
and we may or may not have a special guest to read the winners.
Maybe. So first, before we read our subscriptions, I said it again.
Yeah.
Before we read our submissions for the day.
The fan submissions.
Right. Actually, this is a different submission. It was through the DM. It wasn't through the email, but we're going to let this one go because, well, The thing was, the thing the fan says was, no email, but the answer to question this week, this was actually about a week ago. Joe Skelly had his eye on a Togo tribe rain stick made of bamboo and cactus needles. If he chose to buy this item from TJ Maxx, he would probably display it on his bedroom. What's that word?
I can't read. I don't get my bifocals on.
Yeah. He'd probably display it in his bedroom so that when the mood strikes, he could impress his lady boss with the soothing sounds of the night.
Oh, the rain stick.
Yeah. He decided to strike and purchase despite the $99 $99 price tag because she is worth it and deserving of such a magical night. That's what you were doing in TJ Maxx.
Oh,
she was on you.
Oh, she was on.
She knew.
She must have been there.
This is why she waited. This is just old data that's being turned in. My operative is behind, but she knew.
Oh, so you have operatives now that,
I guess
that
so.
track my movements?
Well,
that's how I'm taking it. Here's my question to you. Do you think she's correct that a rain stick with cactus needles on it would provide a magical, soothing tone for a night of
we've been over this
passion?
You know I do. Yeah. There you go.
Do you have any other tricks? Do you like play Aztec death whistles before the moment strikes?
Are you? That's not my tricks. That's your tricks. I don't know. You're giving her the Latin love dance with the rain stick now.
With the rain stick?
I didn't know you guys did that, but
no, it's out there now. Thanks for whoever's putting my business on the street.
Right. If that's a thing, I believe it.
All right. Well, it's your operative.
I'll have to get a fact checker for my operative. Is what's going to happen.
Is that what's going to happen?
Right.
All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm going to read this submission.
There it is.
All right. We have another fan submission. I think it's kind of like slam poetry. That's what I'm going to go with. It says, "It was their day. The day they came home. All cooked up in Germany. Joe Skelly and Tyler, I don't know, opened the garage door and stepped back. In lumbered the hippos, and they slid down the muddy stairs, bumping into a country-sized pit for their breakfast feeding. Corners were all chock full of deforestation, political swindlers, and other garbage human beings. Powdered noses and twitching lips, the beast surged forward to the feast. Bay's boys listened to the crunch, crunch, crunch. Cheers to Pablo Escobar." I think this is an homage to the story we talked about how Pablo imported hippos to South America, and now they're just running rampant all over Colombia.
Well,
and they don't know what to do with them.
We have to go get one.
You want a Pablo hippo?
Would that be considered a rare hippo?
That would be a super rare hippo.
What if it was born down there and then I imported it back up to here to the studio?
Does this go along with animals that you can't have in the studio because they might kill you?
Oh, yeah. Do they have little hippos?
When they're little.
Like a miniature hippo we could
When they're
get?
babies.
Bro, I couldn't handle that. I'll bet he gains like 400 pounds in the first 6 months.
Easily.
That'd be the shortest fucking raising of a pet you've ever done.
Would you just cut it loose in the sewers?
What happened to your Tamagotchi? It ate my arm.
Right. Would you just cut it loose in the sewers or set it loose out in the Everglades?
Hell yeah. Would it work?
I'm sure.
I don't think
I'm sure
so.
it could survive in the Everglades.
I wonder if a hippo can hibernate. He's going to need to. Hurry, get us a fact checker to check that.
to fact check whether or not hippos can fucking hibernate.
Yeah.
I don't think they hibernate, but they can't sleep underwater for a period of time with their noses hanging out.
Oh, my.
But I do know they can run, I think it's like 35 miles an hour.
You
ever seen that video of that hippo chasing down a fucking speedboat?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Going down the river, and the hippo just got fucking pissed and was rampaging and chasing that speedboat.
Right.
You know how terrifying that would be?
Pretty terrifying?
I would imagine so. You think a hippo could bite you in half?
Like McDonald's?
What do you mean, like McDonald's?
It would just eat you, man. Yeah, of course he could bite you in half. He's fucking huge.
What if you put what are those things that girls wear in their hair that push their the hairband? What if you put a hairband with a little bow on it? Would it make it more docile?
Maybe if it was that CIA guy with the pretty hair and he wore his little hair contraption at my work.
Oh, that guy? Yeah.
What do you think you hunt a hippo with?
You don't?
Is it like hunting like the Jurassic Park movie where you like need a whole cage?
Dude.
You're not going to lasso it.
Listen.
I want to see a rodeo, but instead of grabbing bulls, they're lassoing hippos.
I don't think that. I think that hippo would just yank that rope and just pull you in and just
Oof.
smash you. Because don't they also do like the hippo stomp where they can stomp on top of you too? Or is that only rhinos?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. We have another listener
submission?
subscription.
Oh,
it's a story.
Submission. Not subscription.
Whatever. It's all the same.
It's all the prescriptions you're on
Get
right
the
now.
fact checker to check that, please. Listen, the guy, he said, the gentleman wrote us, and he has a story here. Now, here's my question, and I'm going to ask him this over the mic. Is this your holiday story? Because it doesn't say anything. I don't know if this was on a holiday. Were you on? Maybe he was on holiday. Either way, I'm not sure. So I'm not going to read a story. I'll read the first paragraph, though. The first paragraph says, "You guys are total dumb fucks." That's the first sentence. Yeah, that's true, guy. Welcome to the show. We're 120 episodes in, and we've solved something. Shaggy may have more sense than you, and it's only because he seems to be the fact checker. My guy, first of all, we don't have any fact checkers.
Dude, listen, after we do our whole 2 minutes of research on whatever we're going to talk about, we become experts.
SMEs.
Subject matter experts.
We would never let Shaggy fact check anything.
Listen, I stayed in a Holiday Inn last night, and I'm pretty smart now.
Right.
I'm just saying.
And we got at least 3 roaches. Says, when are you guys going to have him on? Well,
you know what? That's not the first time we've had that request.
We're not sure.
Perhaps,
we're not sure.
Perhaps very soon in the future we'll have Shaggy on.
There was no sentence to the story of whether or not it was for the contest. If it is for the contest, we can save it. If not, I'm going to read it next week. So either way,
let us know.
You let us know there.
Let us know.
Let us know. It seems to be a Shaggy fanatic fan.
Is he producing episodes when we're not around,
right?
And posting them that we don't know about?
Them? Yeah. Shaggy's definitely not a fact checker.
Listen, we don't listen to our own episodes, so for all I know, he could be posting his own episodes on our show.
Right. We're lucky if he makes it even.
Hey, fucking guy, are you posting your own fucking episodes?
Right. So.
Oh, he's laughing. There might be some credence. There might be some fucking credence to this.
Yeah. So, moving on. With listen. Here's another one for you guys. We've had a Patreon for less than a month, and we want to give a shout out to our boy Josh for signing up and being our first Patreon. Josh, truly, truly appreciate it. Right. That coffee helps us out. Right. And shout out to our legacy subscribers who have been here since day one. Day one. We do have some of those. Yeah, we have a couple of those too. But shout out to this Josh character for being the one to pop the Patreon cherry, so to speak. Pop, pop. Pop, pop, pop. Goes the weasel. There it is. Wasn't that a song? I don't know. Pop goes the weasel, so the weasel goes pop. That. We wrote the whole list down, and hold on, we wrote the list down on how to do this in order, and we still fucked it up. Did we fuck it up? All right, so we really are fuck ups. Maybe we should fucking have a prohibition law for the studio. No, maybe we need handlers. Oh God, no. We don't make enough, and I can't run fast enough. So let's just move on with that. What do you got for me, Joe Skelly? Get us. Well, did we forget something? No, we're good. We did it out of the thing, but we do genuinely thank you to our subscribers. Yeah, we do have a Patreon. You can find that in a link tree. You can submit your stories to BaysBoysPodcast.com. You have till the 29th to enter the contest to win prizes. That's all we're saying. And listen, and don't come to us on the 30th and go, "Oh, I forgot." No, it's too late. Once we record the episode, we can't undo it. We're not going back. We cannot undo it. We always move forward, right? Forward. Yeah, forward. We got that. Way too many Disney movies coming up. Let's continue. Fievel's going west. Fucking Fievel. I told you I saw Fievel's ass in New York City one time running out of a sewer. Not a sewer, out of the subway. That's a stressful movie. That movie's fucked. Why would you want to go on vacation after watching that stupid movie or move? Right. Well, along those lines, how come fucking Kevin's parents never got arrested in Home Alone? Oh, no, they just came home and it was fine. Right. We abandoned our child for over a week and said, fuck it, we're still going on vacation. What the fuck? We made it 25 hours before noticing. Yeah, that's what kind of family is that? Dude, if I wasn't around, F is for family. If I wasn't around for 10 minutes, unless they kicked me out on the street, like don't come home till the lights come on kind of shit. Right. They'd have noticed, right? Oh, of course. The house is too fucking quiet. The trip is too quiet
Where's that Kevin, the McLaughlin kid?
Oh, man. Take us left, Joe Skelly.
I'll take you left. You know, most of the old skyscrapers, like from the roaring turn of the century, those giant, early 20s, those skyscrapers, you know what they built additions to the top of them for?
Sure.
They were docking stations for blimps. Like the Hindenburg that blew up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to fly to New York and dock.
So they were building extensions onto buildings?
On the top of them, right? Those big towers that they would put on top. Like
when
you watch Ghostbusters, right? And they had the tower on the top of the building.
Oh, yeah.
Those were built for docking stations for blimps, like the Hindenburg.
What
and
happened?
Some of the other ones.
We just thought they were going to be blimps everywhere in the future?
That was the plan until the Hindenburg fucking exploded.
Do you think they saw the Chinese blimps coming?
Never.
Right.
They never saw the Chinese.
They thought
the Chinese balloons. Those weren't blimps, by the way. Those were just
balloons. Yeah, you're right. See, I'm not on social media.
Well, the plan was they were supposed to be transatlantic or trans-Asian. So instead of airplanes that fly across, right? You get in a giant Zeppelin. It was like a cruise liner, but in the air, right? The blimp would dock with a skyscraper, and you'd get off at the skyscraper and go down the skyscraper, and you'd take your trip to New York.
What's with humans being obsessed and wanting to float around the world?
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. It's weird.
Wouldn't that be sweet? Taking
What's
a
wrong
giant
with walking?
blimp? You ain't walking from Europe to New York, bro.
If I can't walk, then I don't need to go.
Okay, well then stay your ass wherever you are.
I mean, the blimps didn't work. The Titanic didn't work.
Well, the Titanic was an inside job.
You got mountain cougars and Mufasa trying to get your ass in half the woods around in these lower states now.
This is true. We posted those pictures.
Right. Maybe that's why they wanted blimps. Maybe humans were tired of getting eaten by things on the ground. You think that's the reason?
Yeah, it's possible.
Could you imagine? I don't know.
You just lost me.
Yeah.
You know who Bass Reeves is?
Who?
You don't know who Bass Reeves is?
I don't remember.
Bass Reeves was one of the baddest bounty hunters that ever existed.
Does he work with the big dog guy?
Oh, no, he does not work with
Big Dog.
He does not work with Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Dog definitely got his rain stick from TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
You two are friends, aren't you?
Dog got his dream catcher earrings and whatever else shit he puts in his hair from TJ Maxx.
Right.
Right.
Imagine being a badass bounty hunter and then your spirit animal is like a dream catcher.
It's not even an animal, bro.
Right, I know, but he could have been a Viking. I mean, he just is in the wrong era.
Yeah, it's possible.
Right.
So Bass Reeves is who the Lone Ranger is based on.
Who's the Lone Ranger?
You've never watched the TV show The Lone Ranger?
No, I'm joking. I know who he is. I've never watched it, though, no.
All right.
That's the dude with the black mask, right?
Yeah, he wears the mask over his eyes, and he has Tonto, his sidekick, right?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've never watched it.
Yeah.
So what is it? What's it based after?
Bass Reeves.
What did he do?
He was... Where have you been for the last 3 minutes? Bass Reeves was a bounty hunter, deputy sheriff, whatever you want to call him. And essentially, he'd go get guys who ran away from the law, and he would hunt them down.
Did he have Dreamcatcher earrings?
No, he did not.
Well, that's why nobody remembers him.
No, there are a lot of people that remember Bass Reeves.
The Law Dog Circle?
You're so ridiculous. Bass Reeves was such a badass, he even brought his own son to justice.
Get the fuck out of here.
True ass story. His son killed somebody.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, true story. I think what happened was his wife, his Bass Reeves' son, was out working, and his wife cheated on him. And he found the guy that banged his wife, and he killed that guy. And then he went on the run, and Bass Reeves hunted him down and turned him in. Oh, yeah.
There's people like that, man.
Listen, when he died,
it was family.
A massive, massive funeral. Like thousands of people came to his funeral. It was the Old West.
Yeah, he's running that big gun spirit.
Dude, he was such a badass. And he was African American.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dead serious, look it up. He was a bad motherfucker, bro.
Where was he out of?
I can't now off the top of my head. Maybe Oklahoma or something like that. In that region over there.
Really?
Right? Yeah, dude, he was a bad motherfucker. He used to trick people All kinds of crazy shit to catch
A
his
cop tricking people?
Oh, dude,
That's ludicrous. Who would have thought of that? All the cops I know never trick nobody.
Dude, he was a bad motherfucker. He's if you ever get a chance to watch a documentary on him. And the crazy thing is he couldn't read or write.
What the fuck? Get out of here.
My man couldn't read or write, but they would hand him the warrant for the person's arrest, right? And they'd hand him a picture.
Jesus.
And so based on the picture and based on the guy's name, he'd go hunt him down and bring him back to justice. Hundreds of people. Like he was a straight fucking bad motherfucker.
It's a bloodhound, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Could you imagine taking your own kid to jail, though?
That must have been a hard one.
If you had a kid in philosophy world, could you, or fake imaginary world, could you take him off to jail?
I'd be hard pressed.
Yeah.
But see, here's the thing, is he didn't want other people hunting down his kid and killing him.
See, that's a little different.
Because back then, it was wanted dead or alive.
Yeah, you're going to die. Yeah, that's a big difference.
And so...
It's a little bit different than Big
Dog,
the bounty hunter, coming over.
He tracked down his kid. He goes, you know why I'm here? They sat down and had a meal. And he brought his kid back.
All right. Well, that changes a little bit.
He even went to court with him. Right?
Right.
And he stood up to the judge and pleaded on his kid's behalf. And the judge ended up giving him a long-term prison sentence rather than a hanging.
Really?
Yep.
I bet that was unheard of back then.
Unheard of because the judge was the judge that he worked for all the time.
Right.
Respected him and had known his son his whole life.
Wow. Cops doing tricks to get freebies handed out.
Oh my God, you're ridiculous.
Look at this guy.
You're fucking ridiculous.
Listen, if I had any kids, which I wouldn't, but if I did, I'd throw them all in jail. I'd be like, you jaywalking son of a bitch.
You're going to jail?
Get in the back of the car.
Shaggy, you hear this? You better watch your ass around your dad. Look, here's another weird fact for you. I didn't know this either.
Listen, I tried to call a 1-800 number when Shaggy wasn't wearing his mask. Okay, I said, hey.
Oh, you were going to turn his ass in?
I said, hey, I seen a guy walking around breathing fresh air. That ain't allowed. Just nobody showed up, you know.
Yeah, I got you.
Cable guy showed up.
Wearing 3 masks.
Right. Fuck, we've gone sideways. Take us back.
All right. How about this? In World War I?
Ooh.
I just learned this. I didn't even know this existed. During World War I, the deserters from the war would hide out in no man's land, which is like one of the worst places. Yeah, the places between the trench lines and other weird places like that.
Oh, hell no.
And they formed a group
to live out there.
And what they did is they would help wounded soldiers between the lines. And then they essentially formed an army that was nonviolent, right? And they would scavenge for resources and they'd help out any wounded soldiers.
You know what doesn't sound like a place I want to be? In an army that's full of pacifists stuck between 2 armies that are fighting.
That's kind of what happened.
That sounds like the most horrible fucking thing I could ever think of.
And this is kind of where the story of zombies originated.
What?
Yeah, there was a book written about it. Because they thought these people were like zombies living between the lines. That's kind of where the idea of zombies originated from.
I'd wait till nighttime and just rob everybody.
Yeah.
How would you live? You can't live like that.
Well, they did. All right, so I'm going to bring you one that you made a joke earlier, and I said, oh, yeah, that's pretty good, but I got one better for you. So I was at dinner the other night. I'm looking over this big family, right? Taking up like 4 tables.
Were you making fun of them?
And there I am with this other individual, and they look at me, and they go, there's dead by 5 daddy.
Oh.
Because he was there with his wife and his kid. His kid was little. The person was like, that's dead by 5. I was like, oh, yeah, he had that greasy. I probably need to be in rehab look.
Oh.
Oh yeah, he had like the Where's Waldo striped shirt on. He had the skull cap on, long greasy hair sticking out underneath.
Ooh.
Was about 75 pounds soaking wet with 2 bricks in his pocket.
That's scary.
And all I could think to myself is, how come nobody in this family is doing a fucking intervention on this guy? Maybe that's me being judgmental. Maybe that's me being judgmental.
I went to Walmart to watch people the other day.
Oh, God.
So special. People watching is awesome.
I do have a fan-submitted story. I totally fucking forgot about it.
Get out of here.
It was brought to me in person.
Okay.
So they work in another state.
All right.
All right. And they're in a profession that visits the hospital quite often.
Oh, very not good, sounds like.
Right? And it turns out, remember we were told, this relates to the story we told about, what would you do if you went to this, this family dinner, and you're about to get married, and you see the sister, and you find out the sister is the chick you've been watching on OnlyFans.
Yeah, we talked about this.
So it turns out one of the workers at the hospital has an OnlyFans page. And it's the worst kept secret in the entire hospital.
Oh, dude.
And that this worker in the hospital films scenes
in the hospital. Dude, I have always wondered about that.
Mm-hmm.
When you see these pro girls that look like they're doctors filming themselves, I'm like...
yeah, like they're filming episodes in offices that are unoccupied at the moment.
Right. Could you imagine?
Everybody knows it.
Right. Could you imagine?
Oh, what?
How do you deal with that?
That you know?
I don't know.
Or you work with this person?
I don't know. I think it's super. How do you deal with going to 10 years of college so you can piss it all away to make a video of your cooter? That's all I'm saying.
Because they're probably making more money doing that than they would in their chosen profession.
Oh, they are. The scrubs have now become the fetish of the picture. Yeah, I know a chick personally who does it. She's from Canada, and it's the same thing. It's scrubs.
She's from Canada. Dude, get the fuck out of here. That's like, I got a girlfriend, but you wouldn't know her. She lives in Canada.
Yeah, she does. She lives in Canada.
Get the fuck out of here. I think you're making up a story to try to jump on board.
Dead serious.
Look, man. We've known each other for a long fucking time.
I'll give you her OnlyFans name if you want.
No, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. No.
I'll show you one of her pictures. She does all her work in her scrubs, though. And I've always wondered that. I'm like, does anybody know that you're in this office?
So what happens if they get caught, right?
I don't know. I've never asked her. It seems personal. Asking for booty pictures is fine, but, I don't want to get involved with your
Listen,
real
if
life.
the whole system knows you're doing it, how's nobody ratted you out?
Well, so here's my question. If you have this video of this girl corking herself in an office, did it really happen if you weren't supposed to know that it was in the office, even if you got it on film? Like, what do you say to that?
You lost me, but I'm going to go with it.
How do you come out and say that she was playing with herself in the office without admitting that you've been subscribing? That's what I guess I should have worded it better.
So that's the conundrum, right?
Right, because somebody has to report it.
How do you not rat yourself out?
And then on top of that, like you're going to go to the boss who's going to say, hey, hey, Tina, can you come in here? I have to talk to you about your dinner.
We have an ethics issue with the hospital.
We have a problem. I've received multiple emails with many pictures of you in the CAT scan machinery. We really aren't supposed to use the equipment that way, but we're going to have a conversation. Right, but that dude, subscribed before he called you in.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
So, again, how does that work?
I don't know the answer to that. I just bring the facts.
Dude, I've been thinking about... Actually, I haven't been thinking about it. I saw an article, but we talked about this quite a few episodes ago about... Imagine being the kid who's dealing with that.
What kid?
The kid whose fucking school finds out your mom has an OnlyFans.
Oh. Well, then...
That's become an actual...
No, that's a big thing.
Right.
Or wouldn't you be worried that you decide to have kids that years later your kids' friends find you?
I mean, that part I wouldn't, you're gonna.
Tom, I was on the internet last night and found videos of your mom.
I don't. That's happened, so I don't know what to say to that.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, look, if you know you're not going to run for political office and you have no aspirations of that in the future, right? Because you can never hold political office.
Bro, I mean,
how are you going to be a lawyer? How are you going to be a lawyer?
Which is super fucking ironic because you've kind of put it all out in the open. If you're showing your brown eye for a couple of dollars, I feel like you're very exposed. So you might be more trustworthy.
Oh, is it? Would it be that you're more trustworthy? Or would it be that, I mean, people don't take you seriously at that point in your chosen profession?
Dude, come on. If we're going to go back, we're stepping into dark territory here because now you're talking about a whole other banana-rama. You know, that's like the question of, can the surgeon still strip on the weekends and be moral? You know, that kind of shit.
Well, a lot of that stuff will get you kicked out of your professional society, and get your licensure revoked.
Oh, 1,000%.
Like
1,000%.
If you're a nurse and you get busted smoking pot, they'll revoke your licensure.
Oh.
If your professional society finds out about it,
right,
the people who issue your license, they'll revoke it for that.
Ooh, see, man, that's why you gotta not mess around in fields where you gotta hold continuous papers all the time.
Right.
Because that's a big chore.
I don't know.
And again, like, well, we're not gonna talk about that, but we know the experience of people running around dabbling in things they shouldn't when they hold these professions and fields and everything else, but hey, what are you gonna do? So
you want to go left here?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You ever heard of the uncanny valley?
Nope.
So, are you aware of any Asimov's laws of robotics?
Like the laws of robotics, like the robot can't hurt the human type stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
So one of the other things is you're not supposed to make robots that look like humans.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
Right?
That's interesting, yeah.
Because what they've discovered is the more a robot looks like a human, the more humans become repulsed by the robot. Right? Humans will deal with a robot that looks like a fucking robot, right?
Okay.
But if a robot looks like a person, we have this sense, like we can tell it looks like a human, but we know it's not human, right? And it's something within our core, right? Within our own, like, you know how animals have instincts, right? It's like a human instinct.
So it's fucking with you?
To not like things that look like humans but are not humans.
Is that why you get upset around birds?
I get upset around birds because they're all fucking drones.
Oh, no.
Dude, I saw a whole bunch of them sitting on power lines charging up the other day.
Were their eyes like sparkling, like glowing?
Dude, it's creepy as fuck. So the question then becomes, right? Where does this innate instinct or this innate dislike or repulsion or fear of things that look similar to humans that are not humans come from?
I think it's just the animal defense mechanism.
Or did we coexist with something in the past that looked like humans, pretended to be humans, but were not humans and we knew it, and they were dangerous? And it's been passed down. This just
sounds like the predator animal thing.
And it's been passed down to us. Right, exactly, right?
We're just going to ink ourselves.
Right? I mean, is that where it comes from?
Yeah. I mean,
is it possible?
You come out of the womb looking at humans first, right? Like that's the first interaction you see generally, most of the time, right? That's why they got those people impersonating dogs sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard of those stories, right?
Those those individuals, yeah.
Kids that get lost in the woods and are raised by a pack of animals or dogs or some shit.
It's happened a couple of times, yeah.
Yep.
And they really don't do well when reintegrated within society. They don't last long.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to all of a sudden have to do all this other strenuous stuff that you've never done before.
Right.
So
again, the question is, where does this fear of human-like creatures that aren't human come from?
Is that why they integrated the 90s alien into people's heads? Like the big alien, the big head, the big eyes. Right, yeah.
Well, they're kind of humanoid.
Right. They have big eyes, they have a head, they have a mouth, they have a head on a neck, blah, blah, blah. They're standing on 2 feet.
Kind of scares people.
So they're trying to get you to... Are you scared of aliens there, guy?
Dude, what would you do if you had an encounter with aliens? Or what
Smash them with a hammer.
Okay, what if they, as these alien abductees say, they beamed you up into their ship or whatever it is, and you were paralyzed?
What can
you were
do?
aware of everything that was going on around you.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it special to aliens. Anybody can run up behind you and grab you and wrap you up.
Yes, but
if the alien came down and had a conversation, could you have a conversation with him?
Would you be too scared?
I don't know. Would you? I've never had to do it, so I don't know.
I've never. I
don't like to comment on weird shit that I'm not involved in.
Okay.
So I know people like to speculate. I'm not a speculator.
You wouldn't even. All right, you're not even going to throw your hat in the ring and speculate on what you would do if you came across. Like your first instinct would be to smash him with a hammer.
No, but I'm saying I figured you were saying if the alien's trying to get us.
Oh,
yeah. If he's not trying to get us, I mean, we can have a conversation. Depends on how he smells. Maybe we got to be outside too.
What would you say to that alien? What if you woke up one night and there was like 5 of them in your bedroom?
Oh, we'd be fucked. People are not leaving the bedroom. You've already gone too far, guy. You've invaded my privacy. My privacy.
My privacy?
Yeah.
Don't touch the fucking rain stick, you fucking assholes.
No. Yeah. Should have stayed outside. Just waited. I would have come to the door.
Just knocked on the door like that elephant.
Right.
I wouldn't answer the door at 2 o'clock in the morning. Might be that fucking crazy ass elephant.
No. Yeah.
Right? I don't know.
No, but again, we have so many. I'd be more afraid of an alien that looks like a snake. Something that can get into small places. You know, a little creepy crawly alien. Maybe even like the real aliens, the mouth face huggers.
Oh.
Those things were under everything. Bro, what do you do with that kind of bullshit?
Fuck.
I don't want to be chasing something that's like a fucking ferret around the goddamn...
Listen, I watched the making of Aliens.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. How was that?
It was amazing. But it just brought back all that terror.
Right.
Dude, all it did was bring back all that fucking terror.
Right.
Oh. Because, like, when they filmed it, dude, they didn't use CGI. When they were crawling on the ceiling... That wasn't CGI.
Right,
that was guys in suits doing it, right?
Right, they're using like things.
He didn't want no fake shit, right?
Yeah.
Oh God, that was fucking terrifying. I kind of want to rewatch it just because it was that.
Ooh. Were you scared of Aliens when it came out?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Not that I would have an encounter here, but I was like, maybe one day we'll be able to go to outer space in my lifetime, and I wouldn't want to run into those fucking things.
Right. I hope if we go to space, it'll be like the Starship Troopers bugs. That's the easiest.
Right.
There's no discrimination. It's just flood.
Just
make it easy.
Right.
I don't want them peeking behind trees, coming up from the sand, doing all kinds of weird shit. I guess some of them did come up from the sand in that movie, but just send them in and I'll mow them down.
Think about you were Ripley. You survived the first movie.
Right.
And they're like, hey, we need you to go back to that planet. She's like, what are you talking about? Oh, well, we've had colonists on that planet for a while, and we lost contact with them. We want you to go back.
The fuck you do.
Right.
The fuck you do.
There is not enough money.
I'm going to be hovering around at 4,000 feet with a camera. Hey, I found your peoples. Half of them was over there, and the other half was over there.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. That's yeah, so that just brought back all kinds of childhood fucking bullshit when I watched that fucking remake, how they made it.
Aliens is definitely a classic.
It's probably out of that entire franchise, that one and Prometheus.
Prometheus?
Yeah. I
like the one where she's in the jail. And she's just like...
The third one?
She's just upset. She's like, fuck all of you. I hate all of you. You're gonna die. There's the original, obviously, but then there's just this fucking one where she morphs and she's a whole different character. She's like, fuck you guys, dude. I'm better than you. I'm stronger. I'm faster. I can kill them if I want. They won't kill me.
You know what the original title of Aliens was?
What?
Mother.
That's fucking creepy.
Yes.
That would make it creepy.
Because when he wrote it, right, his mom was a very strong character in his life.
Right.
And the concept was 2 mothers fighting for their children.
You know, when I hear these weird stories, it makes all the fucking ideas I have seem much more realistic. Because, no, I mean, like, are inspirational. Like, where we get the inspiration.
Right.
You know, you're like, oh, I was doing this and I had this great idea that comes out of nowhere. And then you're like, should I run with this? No, it just came out of nowhere. And then look at that.
Yeah, he wrote that, and he had just finished Terminator. He wrote it, did Terminator, and then got to direct that and make that movie.
Oh man, oh man. You know what? Coming to is it getting hot in here?
No.
Oh, it's just you, Latin love.
All right. Well, am I making you hot?
I'm just checking.
Dude, I'm looking at my notes.
Oh, they don't make any sense still?
No, I wrote down a note that says Grave Face Museum in Georgia.
Oh, do they put the fucking faces on the graves?
I don't know. I need you to Google that because I don't know why I wrote it down, but it was important in the moment.
All right, we're gonna have to. We'll check that out. We'll check that out. Hey, are you a fan of Bobby Fischer?
The chess dude?
Yeah.
I know you've been obsessed with chess now for like 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah. I need to make a correction, too. The guy's name that we were talking about before is Gotham. Is it Gotham Chess? Gotham Chess. That's the kid. Super smart guy.
If you had a fucking fact checker, you'd have known that.
Oh, we can't afford a fact checker, guy.
We need more Patreons.
Right.
To afford fact checkers.
Right. We appreciate you, Josh, but we ain't trying to put this all on Josh.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Josh can't be like Atlas.
No.
And hold up the world of Bay's boys on his shoulders.
Right. Y'all need to go in there and get the Patreon done. But I am obsessed with the chess thing. But I didn't know that Bobby Fischer went crazy. That's all I was going to bring up.
Oh, yeah. He went nuts.
You knew that too? Everybody knew that but me.
Yeah. Oh, here's a great chess story for you.
Okay.
So there's a painting called Checkmate. It's hanging in a really famous museum. It might be the Louvre. I can't remember. And anyway, they're doing a tour. And it's on one side of the table, it's like the devil. On the other side, it's a guy playing chess against the devil.
Oh.
Right? And he's looking sad, and then there's like an angel behind the table looking at the guy who's lost. Thus the title Checkmate. Right.
Right.
And it turns out on this tour, they got a famous chess player walking around with them. Right. They stop at the painting and they move on. Well, the tour guide turns around and realizes the chess master is missing. And they're like, what the fuck? So they go back to the painting. And there he is staring at the painting. And she goes, hey, we've moved on. He goes, yeah, I know. She goes, what are you doing here? He goes, you can't call this painting Checkmate anymore. And she's like, why not? He goes, the king still has one move.
Oh.
There's your chess story for the day.
And did he?
Yes. Apparently the king has one move left on the board.
Oh. We should go there and check that shit out.
That means you got to get on a plane and you're going to need a passport.
Oh, God. We got to get those anyways.
Yes.
We got to go hang out on that rock that everyone pees on.
Oh, the Blarney Stone?
Yeah. We're going to try to pee on it while we're over there.
No, that'll probably get you expelled from the country.
Well, then Bays... Oh, wait, no. Expelled from the country?
Like kicked out.
Well, I got to come home anyways.
So you want to be on the news?
Ozzy did it, and he's fucking famous.
American tourists arrested for pissing on the Blarney Stone?
Yes.
That all the Irish piss on anyway?
Yes. 1,000%.
Or do you just want to go there and take pictures of people kissing the piss-covered stone?
That too.
We'll
pee on it Friday, we'll picture Saturday, we'll fly out Sunday. We're good. Listen, man, there's two camps. You can be one or the other. Which one are you, guy?
I'm not the one kissing that rock.
Right. Because so obviously we're the one pissing.
I know. What's that face for, Shaggy? Would you kiss the rock?
He already kissed the rock.
Yes. Oh. Ooh. Oh, that just got real deep. Well, Shaggy wants to know if I'm a pisser or a kisser. That's pretty personal, Shaggy. Mm-hmm. Mind your fucking business.
Right. You should rebuttal with, what were you doing at the movies with our guy the other night? That's what I'm asking about. So went to a group meeting at John Wick, but it was only 2 dudes, so you know. Hey.
You pissing or kissing?
Hey. We're not saying anything, man. Let's wrap this up. Let's take them left out of here.
Oh, left?
Out of here.
Have you heard of human composting?
No, first of all, that's on my list.
Is it what?
That's been on my list for like a month, and I keep forgetting to bring it up.
Well,
there's a fucking business you can pay so they'll put you in a compost.
Yes.
So now I pay you to take my trash out. Dog, I'll just have my fucking Shaggy take me out back and drop me out there. That's compost.
Just leave you?
Yeah.
to rot.
Right.
How do you feel about eating organic vegetables that have
From human
human compost? I'm not down with that necessarily, I don't think. I mean, then here's the question. How come none of the native peoples around the world ever did that?
Because you're not supposed... Everybody knows if you eat enough human flesh, you get the shakes.
Oh, you're talking about the disease.
Nasty.
Caused by prions. Yeah, they call it the laughing disease.
Yeah.
And then right before you die, you laugh yourself to death, right?
Yeah. Nope. I'm good, dude.
You want to know the truth about that?
Everybody knows that shit.
So, do you remember when mad cow broke out in England?
Yes.
And only a small mad cow disease.
Which time?
Right. It's happened more than once.
Right.
Mad cow disease breaks out in England, and if only a small portion of the population was affected by mad cow disease.
Right.
That's it. So scientists couldn't figure out. Everybody ate the meat. How come all these other people were not affected by mad cow disease?
Right.
You know what it turns out?
What's
They
that?
found out why. So, in a place like Papua New Guinea, where there's still headhunters, right? People who eat flesh and brains, certain people are affected by the disease and other people are not, right?
Which one are you?
The people that are not affected by the disease caused by cannibalism, this disease is caused by a little worm called the prion, and it gets in your brain and eats away your brain, right?
Ugh.
So the people that are not affected are immune to the prions, right? So it turns out the people in England that were not affected by mad cow disease, because it's the same thing, are descendants of cannibals.
Cannibals of England.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any cannibals of England?
If you're in England
Listeners.
and you're a listener, write the show and tell us what you know about this. And is it true? Apparently it is true. I could be wrong. Voice your opinion. Write the show, BaysBoysPodcast.com.
Can we get some of our fact checkers to check this, please? England?
Are you listening?
I don't really care if they're listening. I mean, I do.
Yes, you do.
I do.
Or anybody else in the British Isles.
I'm not going to eat any English, so I'm good.
You won't get...
We're good.
You're not going to get it.
No.
Are you going to eat anybody else?
No, not today.
Not today?
Maybe some sushi later.
All right. You have anything else on your list since I'm stealing from your list?
No. You know what? You can steal from my list.
No, the whole thing
Your
about human composting.
people have been stealing from my people for a long time.
Is human composting cheaper than, let's say, cremation?
Listen, there's nothing new about it. It's just what happened. We've talked about this. What happened to the days where you just dragged your dead to the backyard and buried them?
They still do that, but not in their backyards.
Right.
That's what cemeteries are for.
Oh, yeah. You go pay a lot of money for you to bury it in their backyard. Why'd I invest in this house? We're just going to leave and go fucking be buried somewhere else.
All right. So here's my question. Would you move into a house with people buried in the backyard?
I have before.
Oh.
Yeah. I've told you I had a bedroom where a lady was in the corner and died.
Oh.
And I slept there for a while.
And how was that experience?
It was fine.
You don't sound so resolute about that answer.
Well.
No, please expound on this.
It was in the middle and I don't know. It was a weird place, so it was weird anyways. The whole experience was weird.
Did weird things happen?
No, I don't know.
You don't sound so convinced.
That's because I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
I don't know.
Oh, Tyler, I don't know. All of a sudden doesn't want to know.
Yeah.
Oh, but
we don't
you're
talk
gonna
about
throw me under the bus
stories.
and make me talk about all kinds of crazy shit.
Listen, Mr. 007, I sleep with the wolves and swim with the sharks. My job is to hear your wildness.
Oh.
Listen, all right. Well, anyways, this has been another episode of Bays Boys Podcast. Send your stories in before the 29th. We've extended it because that's what we do. We fuck everything else up. Shout out to all of our subscribers. Thank you guys for
You don't want to hear another
supporting
story?
This motherfucker.
I mean, I got all kinds of stuff.
Now I got to do it all over again.
I got all kinds of stuff
Fine,
to talk
one
about.
more.
Let's talk about Paul Revere.
What? Why? What do you got?
So Paul Revere, you know the story of Paul Revere, right?
Yep.
Allegedly, one if by the candle in the steeple of the church, right? One candle if by land and two if by sea, if they landed by sea, right?
Right.
And then Paul Revere takes off and he rides across the countryside warning everybody.
Yep.
You know how far he rode?
How far?
13 miles.
13 miles. Is that a lot?
13 miles in the dead of night.
On a horsey?
On a horseback. But here's the problem. You can't just be sprinting around in the middle of the night on a horse because there were people that were favorable to the British Empire living here, and they had ratted you out. And there were patrols walking around at night.
Oh.
Right? So Paul Revere initially got in a boat and rowed across the bay past a British warship in the middle of the night to get to the other side of the bay to start his horseback ride. And what they did is they wrapped the oars in clothing so that they wouldn't make noise while they were rowing across the water.
In the water.
Yeah, not the oars themselves, but like where the oars hit the boat. Right. They wrapped them in clothes so they wouldn't make any noise as they went across the bay. Then somebody gave him a horse. It wasn't even his own horse. And then he rode off across the countryside, 13 miles. And because his ride, he stopped at certain places to warn key members. They were able to send out 40 other riders along the route. So because he got out, 40 other people got the word out. I would say that's pretty brave.
Yeah, it is. Do you think that his horse was named Bumper?
Oh, we're going to go there?
I went there. You wanted another story. I brought you another story.
That was a fucking pony, by the way. Well, and that was not the name of his horse. I guarantee it wasn't fucking Bumper.
Let me ask you, do you think you could have been one of those 40 horsemen with Bumper? You and Bumper, right now.
No, Bumper would have fucked that all up.
Today,
I'd have been caught.
I need messages. I need messages sent today.
If you put me on Bumper.
Grab Bumper.
I'd got caught or I'd be dead.
What about down the way, like maybe 2 blocks? You think you could take something 2 blocks?
Fuck, no, not on fucking Bumper, bro. Bumper was a killing machine.
Yeah.
He was an angry short horse. Angry.
All the short horses are angry. We know that. Everybody knows that.
This fucking animal was mad as fuck.
If you haven't heard the story about Bumper, go find it. It's in an old episode. I don't remember which.
Yeah. Bumper the fucking pony.
Bumper the pony.
Who tried to kill me. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And the trail guide was pretty mad and blamed me for Bumper's rage.
Well, you probably sauced him up with your spice.
Why?
I don't know. Were you hanging some sort of spice from his neck while you were riding him?
No.
Listen, you tried to feed him something
he didn't like? They put me on fucking
like?
Bumper. Bumper was an asshole, and he was biting all the other horses, and he was causing problems. And I was like, well, let me get ahead of these other riders, so it's not an issue. A little kick to the haunches, a snap of the reins, and yelling, "Yah!" Because I've seen it on all the cowboy movies. That's how they do it on the fucking cowboy movies.
That's fucking amazing.
And he took out like 9,000 miles an hour. I didn't know such a short horse could move so fast.
What if I gave you a snorkel for him? Do you think you could have done the...
gone in the ocean with a snorkel?
With a snorkel?
No.
Snorkel and 40 horse?
No, I couldn't.
40 horsemen?
Couldn't have done that.
Damn it. All right, well, like I said, you have until the end of the month.
Yes.
The 29th. If you want to win prizes, pantyhose, pongs, something along those lines.
You never know what's going to show up in your mailbox.
Right. By the way,
there will be gift cards.
We have
maybe some other stuff.
There will be none.
Maybe a trophy.
Now we're not.
Oh, now we're not?
Forget it. You told them. You ruined it. We're sending you fucking Jell-O packs. So, you made me lose my train of thought. You gave them
So now
much.
I'm going to have... I'll tell you what I will do.
30.97
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to find an old McDonald's milkshake machine that has the Grimace shake mix.
God.
And I'm going to make purple milkshakes and pack them in dry ice and send them out to all the winners.
That is nasty. Thank you to all of our listeners, subscribers, our fact checkers. Actually, we're looking for fact checkers. Let us know if you're interested in the job. It pays fucking nothing. But you know what?
You'll get recognition.
Yes, somebody to blame. You have till the end of the month, the competition. Shout out again to all our subscribers and our Patreon members. We appreciate you so much. You have no idea.
No idea. 30, 90, 70 seconds.